ZNS Network presents the swearing-in ceremony of the Right Honorable Perry Christie as Prime Minister of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, live from Government House.
The Prime Minister-elect.
I, Perry Christie, Member of Parliament, being appointed Prime Minister, do swear that I will do my best of my judgment at all times when so required, freely give my counsel and advice to the Governor General or any other person for the time being lawfully performing the functions of that office for the good management of the public affairs of the Bahamas. And I do further swear that I will not on any account at any time whatsoever disclose the counsel, advice, opinion, or vote of any particular minister or parliamentary secretary, and that I will not accept with the authority of the cabinet, and to such extent as may be required for the good management of the affairs of the Bahamas, directly or indirectly, reveal the business or proceedings of the cabinet, or the nature or contents of any documents communicated to me as Prime Minister, or any matter coming to my knowledge in my capacity as such, and that in all things I will be a true and faithful Prime Minister.
Prime Minister again. Last doing this a little over 10 years ago on May 3rd, 2002. Being presented with his instruments of office by the Governor General, now waving that instrument. And you can see, those of you watching, those of you listening, I'll tell you the look in Mr. Christie's face is indescribable.
So you all would want to join in the congratulations
as he is
Right
congratulated
Honorable
by
Perry Gladstone Christie as Prime Minister.
As he's congratulated by the
Bahamas.
Governor General, and of course you can hear the cheering in the background. That is from the many people who have been invited, the invited guests who are today spread around the upper gardens here at Government House. And of course we know that the Governor General
the Prime Minister
and Mr. Christie have had a long association. We are now going to hear from the Right Honorable Perry Christie in his capacity as Prime Minister of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas.
May I at once thank Your Excellencies, the Governor General and Lady Folks, for your warm and gracious hospitality and for the excellent arrangements that have been made on such short notice for my swearing in at Government House this afternoon. May I also once again thank the people of our beloved Commonwealth who yesterday expressed their confidence in me and in my party. The voice of the people was heard yesterday with great thunder and awesome power. It was also revealed and heard with crystal clarity. I am humbled by the mandate that has thus been bestowed upon me. Let me therefore say here and now, before your excellencies and all here assembled, and to all the people of our country that I will be true and faithful to you, that I will give the very best of myself at all times, and that my colleagues and I will leave no stone unturned in our common pursuit of a better and brighter future for all of you. I most especially assure the young people of our country, without whose support I would not be standing here today. I assure them that I will exert every effort to alleviate the problem of joblessness and lack of opportunity that plague you more than any other sector of our population. It will not be easy, but of this you can be assured. This new government will not tire from its labors until it has fulfilled its commitment to you, a commitment solemnly proclaimed in detail in our Charter for Governance. I also want to thank once again all the many hundreds, nay thousands of men and women of our party who fought so courageously throughout the election campaign to ensure that victory was won yesterday. I want you to know how very grateful I am to all of you. I also want you to know that I will not forget you. And for those of my countrymen who did not support us yesterday, I invite you all to join with me now in a spirit of patriotism and mutual goodwill, so that we can together work to help make our Commonwealth the finest little nation on God's earth, a place of peace and prosperity for all its people. May I once again thank the people of the Centerville constituency for returning me to Parliament as their representative once again. I am most grateful. Finally, I again thank my beloved wife, Bernadette, and my children for their love and support, especially over the past several weeks of the election campaign. I especially dedicate this day to my son, my special child, Adam, who is celebrating his birthday today. Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, I have already turned my mind to the important task of forming a new government. The first of my ministerial appointments will be announced tomorrow, and my entire cabinet will be fully assembled by Friday. My transition team, headed by former Attorney General Sean McQueenie, QC, is already hard at work, and I propose to appoint Mr. Wendell Major, CMG, later today to be new acting cabinet secretary with immediate effect. I promised to hit the ground running, and I have done so. Be assured that in the days and months ahead, you will witness the steady and systematic fulfillment of all that we have promised you. May Almighty God guide us, and may the great people of our country assist us as we now set about the urgent task of making our country safe and prosperous for all its people. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, I thank you, and God bless the Commonwealth of the Bahamas.
Thank you very much, Prime Minister. I ask you to be a little more patient as we invite His Excellency and the lady folks, along with Prime Minister and Mrs. Christie, for an official photograph.
Prime Minister Christie again promising to be steady and systematic in delivering what it is he promised on the campaign trail already making an appointment. He announcing just a few moments ago that Mr. Wendell Major, who served for many years in the public service, last appointment as Cabinet Secretary, he has now been appointed as the acting Cabinet Secretary. His first ministerial appointment, Mr. Christie says, will be made tomorrow, and by the end of the week, he expects to have a full cabinet in place. As he said, his transition team, headed by former Attorney General Sean McCreaney, is working assiduously to get the appointments made. That team, as he says, should have all the cabinet appointments made by the end of the week. As he says, he promised to hit the ground running, and he's doing exactly that. We stop for a moment now for the playing of the national anthem.